So welcome back to a new Tom Lamb's Farm video. Today we're out with the Simba SL 500 cultivator and we're ripping some ground up, just ready to do some winter drilling in a month's time. The ground is quite hard at the moment because we've had very little rain, but we don't seem to be struggling too much, so we're going to continue. We've had a few problems. One of the rear tyres has been wearing really unevenly on the road for some reason, so it's nearly through to the wire one side, so we want to get that changed to make sure it's safe. So I've been on to my friends at British Rubber, Andrew and Liam, and they have said we're going to send you a different sort of tyre. So they've sent them out on a next day delivery, and we're going to get them fitted in the next couple of weeks. As you can see here, they're like a flat face design and implement tyre, so they should work a lot better and wear a lot evenly on this machine. I also snapped a leg, but if you remember a few months ago when we went to Swiftcut HQ, they cut me out a new cultivator leg, but the only problem was I could never figure how to bolt the one of the duck feet on. So I'm just going to weld it on for the time being just to get me going, because of course it had to snap on a bank holiday Monday. So we're going to get that welded on and then go give it a go, get it back in the ground, because otherwise I'm going to have to wait a day or two to go and get a new leg. But here it is working, all really good, got it done, out the way, really happy. So today's exercise on the farm is to concrete under the cattle shed or around it, or make a start. So let's go and have a look. So this is the area we want to get concreted under the cattle shed. It's an area where you'd sort of stand and work under the cattle crush, and it can get very, very wet in winter, as you can see, with like all the weeds growing and everything. We're going to remove all these gates to begin with, get all the cattle crush packed up, and then start having a bit of a scrape out and a dig out and seeing if we can just get all this bit concreted to make it a lot better to work with in the winter. Also, we're going to get this bit done just here where the cattle stand to eat any rolled barley that we've fed them. And over the years, it sort of just digs down with the JCB clearing the muck out or anything. So we thought if we just concrete this strip up the shed here where they stand, it'll make everything a lot easier for cleaning up. And hopefully we'll use a lot less straw as well. So that's what we're doing today. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to lift all these gates off just here. You can look here, this was the height of the floor originally. Look how much it's worn down. So we don't actually need to dig anything out of any of this. Probably a little bit out over there. This bit's already low. If anything, it probably needs building up with a bit of stone. There's a bit just here that might need to come out, but the majority of all this is already low, so it's just literally a scratch about, a bit outside out as well. Right, get rid of that. So we did all these gates properly just here a few years ago, but all these are sort of held together with bits of string and that. So I think we're going to put a few posts in as well, so that we can we don't have to keep, you know, moving all these about all the time. So it's done properly. The same with a few bits over there, just gates laying around everywhere. So we'll clear them all up and do it properly. These just pick off real easy like that. Just lift off on these big hooks like that, and then to take the gates off we just pull these pins out just here and then lift the whole gate off the hinge. This is where we had to cut the gate just there when one of the cows got its head stuck inside because it had big horns. So that one's welding back up as well. The posts stay here, they're concreted in. So it's just the gates to remove. And then we'll just put the pin back in so we don't lose them. So we'll just set a string line up. That's where we don't want to cut too close up against the stanchion. We'll still saw through that, then jackhammer the corner off here so we can set the shuttering up. It's not taking too much breaking off, to be honest. We've get these off, and then we'll be able to put the stone in and run the shutters up as well. Just getting all the old concrete ripped up now. Look, there it all is. All that wasn't laid very thick, horrible stuff. This is the last bit now, just round here, before we get the roller in. Loading a load of barley. Look at this, look, we haven't had any rain in weeks, and now I want to start concrete in the next couple of days. It is absolutely chucking it down now, look. Just as I'm about to start setting the shutters up. Look at that gutter over there. Jackhammering the concrete off the bottom of these posts as well, because it's too high. So I'm going to jackhammer it off and redo it. Do the next one as well. Next thing we're doing, we're just going to get the ducting in, because all under this concrete I put ducting everywhere, and I know where it is if I've ever got to pull any cables or any water pipes. So just dig the trench up to here just to get it out of the way. And then we'll backfill it and concrete all over it. So here's the old bit under the concrete. I'm just now we're gonna join that onto there somehow. I've got a joiner just to push on that one and push on that one. That goes down there, round there, round there. We'll sand it in and cover it all back over as well. We've not been seen, this cat hasn't been seen for about a month, and we've just started to dig out for concrete, and it's turned up. So I've just set that off the height of the concrete shuttering over there, and over here it's going to give us about a foot fall for the water. So that gives us about a foot fall up there somewhere. So any water running from over there will all run down here into the interceptor that's going to be here, that we're going to put in at a later date. But we're doing this whole section here first, and then we'll be going all the way up there, and that section where the cattle crush stands as well. All the cats turned up, look.
No, I'm close to my brain.
Yeah.
Actually finished all them.
Alright, I was more interested that the cat's here, look.
Yeah.
Don't torment the cat or else it'll turn up tomorrow. Next job, we're just getting the last little low patches just topped up as well, and then I'll give it a bit of a rake about and see what it looks like. So that's the bit we've done first, just there. It looks like it's about to absolutely smash it down the rain, so pleased we didn't do it today. We're going to do this bit first because this bit here is where it all falls. So it falls that way, it falls that way, and then this bit here all has to fall that way. So it's like, it was a bit more complicated doing this. So I thought, let's get this bit done first, and then the next pour, we've got 5 load to go straight up there and out there. So phase 1, nearly ready. The next thing to do, we've got to get the concrete in. This gutter used to come out here like that and shoot out over there, but I've got to do something with it at some point. But I thought, I know what's going to happen. It's going to rain when I poured the concrete, and look, it's been raining now, and I've turned it that way so that the water doesn't go onto the concrete. It's all right, a bit of a shower, but we don't want loads of that coming onto it. So for the moment, we just turned it in there until I turn it back that way. Right, so the day of the concrete, it said all day yesterday it wasn't going to rain today, and I woke up this morning, 5 o'clock, looked at the rain, torrential rain. I was like, great. So, see here, rain moving all across the country. But I've decided to continue. There is a chance of more rain. It's drizzling at the moment, but it shouldn't matter too much because it's slightly sloped, so if it does, the water should run off it. Whether I'm doing the right thing or not, I've no idea. Another thing I've decided to do as well this morning, usually we'd put polythene over it and then lay the concrete on top of it, and that just stops the limestone sapping the moisture out of the concrete too fast and making it crack. But because we've had a torrential downpour, I thought, I wonder if we'll get away with not putting it on there, and then I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, but so we're not going to use polythene anyway, and let's just see what happens. First load is here. Not using any steel either, we never do. A lot of people in the comments always say why don't you use steel, but I'll show you what we use in the back. We use these structural fibres instead. See all the fibres in here, look. So we're just waiting for the next load of concrete to come, and whilst I'm doing that, I thought I'm going to pop in the workshop. I've just had a really cool idea. I'm going to cut my name out on the plasma cutter and make a bit of a brand for the concrete when it's gone off, so we can sort of stamp my name in when it's done. Just going back to those fibres as well, 'cause loads of people always in the comments always go on about, can't believe you're not using steel. Literally the whole yard, none of these grain stores or anything, nothing has got steel in. It's all done with these Duras fibres, so don't confuse them with the normal fibres that you could get, because there's not as many, the small concrete companies might not supply them. Big concrete companies like Breedon, they definitely have them. They are quite a bit more money, but they're certainly a fraction of the price of what the steel would be. And I've always been really pleased with them. Like steel, I suppose it sort of sits in the middle of the concrete, whereas these fibres go all the way through and like intertwine the whole thing together. So it's really good, and it's a lot cheaper than steel anyway. Getting ready for the expansion joint as well. Putting that along the side of this concrete here. Just waiting for the next load and a half to come. We've got this here. We're going to put a post just there because my dad wants a hand gate just there, so when the crush comes up to here we can stand in between the two gates, so that makes it safer as well. Then the crush will be here, out to here, and then there'll be some gates up there as well, just make it a bit easier. But I want to try and get a dumper full of concrete around this post, so that when we concrete the next bit, it holds it in place, and then I haven't got to mix any by hand. Ta-da! So I just dug a hole. This is going to be for a bit of a pedestrian gate just here, and we'll just put some concrete in to hold it, and then when we concrete all around this, it'll be in the right place, hopefully. Try and take that off now. Go on. Do you think it's going off too fast?
No, I just think we just need to cure it. We've got to cure it.
The what?
The corners.
What about them?
That's where all the stress is.
Right.
Yeah.
That bit's still wet, isn't it?
What, that bit?
Oh no.
This bit's wet there and all.
Two of me, mate, that is. On a good day.
After a roast.
Yeah.
Fucking massive, isn't it?
Cat's on the bloody concrete, by the way.
Too late now, I caught my number.
Oh, Paul, look.
No, I'm good about that. Dave, hey,
That's wet, that bit.
We're nearly finished now, just on the last bit over here. But the on my phone it's about saying it's going to start raining in an hour. So we're hoping we'll get it just in time before the next downpour comes. Just looking now, the rain looks like it is getting closer. So we're hopefully nearly there, and if it does rain on it, it won't affect it too much. So there we are, got it all done for today. The rain is nearly here. It's looking really dark over that way. And yeah, I'm just pleased that didn't come over 2 hours before, because it would have been a completely different story for this. But it's all looking good. We'll cut it tomorrow, and we're taking some of the shutters off, but we'll take the rest of the shutters off tomorrow. And then we'll get ready for phase 2. So hope you've all enjoyed watching it, and we'll see you for the next part, which will be this part up here, up there, and then back just there. So I think there's 5 loads going there, and then we can get all the cattle barriers back on and ready for the winter, and hopefully it's going to make a big difference. So the things I've wanted to do it for, saving straw, because when you're always putting loads of bales out the front because it gets wet and where they all stand, so you're always putting more in and, you know, taking it all back out. So I'm going to save on that, you know. Also as well, for when we're walking about with the cattle crush, it's going to make it a bit better. You're not walking around in slop and muck all the time. So yeah, hopefully some benefits to it. So anyway, see you all soon. Bye bye.